YouTube, Sweetknives here. Check it out. We got a really cool product. This is the professional precision adjust released today to the public. So you can go out and buy one of these right now. I'm going to go over all the stuff, but a couple highlights. You get much bigger, beefier unit. These are using 1x6 stones. You get an angle finder. You get a small knife jig. And inside the box are all the stones and the unit, which I'm going to get to that right now. These are all the stones and everything you get. The only thing they don't give you is a magic marker, which I think is really helpful. So look at, you got 220, 320, 400, 600, 800 ceramic, and then you got leather with compound, which is really good. Here's the angle finder. You actually get a base to lock it, and then here's the small knife jig. We'll get into all that stuff a little bit. What I want to show you right now is the old unit compared to the new one. So this is the old unit right here. Really good unit for those that got it. This has worked really good for just a cost saving. It's a fairly inexpensive sharpener. Now let me show you the new one compared to the old one. Here's the new one. As you can see, it's a much bigger unit. And as far as the stones go, if I put on here, here's one of the stones right here. If I put that on, the nice thing about these is you can see it's got a magnet right here. And all you do is you just line this up and it just fits just like that. And now if you look at the size of this, look at how much bigger this one is versus this one. Nothing wrong with these ones, but this one is much bigger, faster. It's still got the ceramic piece here, so you can actually do serrades. But this is a much heavier duty unit. Look at this. I mean, this is, if I pull this one out and then I pull this one out, look at the difference in size for the knife holder piece. This is beefier, heavier duty. This one's a lot smaller. So that's some of the differences. Now, I've had this for 2 weeks and I've been actually sharpening it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually sharpen a knife right now. And I got this Benchmade right here. This is a nice Benchmade. It's completely dull. It cannot cut, can't cut anything, literally nothing. This one's made out of M4, so it's a very hard steel. We're going to actually sharpen this right now, and I'm going to show you how this works with the new system and why I like the new system. So here's a cool thing. You just press this, and it's got like a spring in there, and it allows you to get the knife situated. Just kind of, you want to kind of do it kind of like that about. And then once you get it there, you just twist this dial this way. You can see the arrow. It's really easy. It says tighten, just like so, and then this fits right into here, just like that. We're gonna set aside the old one now that you guys have seen the difference in size, and I'm gonna show you kind of some of the cool things about this. So we'll kind of jump into it, but what I like to do is I'm gonna just take this out. I like to usually match this angle. So for all you new sharpeners out there, this is one of the simplest ways. You just take a marker like this and you just draw it down the edge a few times till you get a black line like that. And then what that allows you to do is actually sharpen the edge, what you want to sharpen. If you want to go to different angles, you can certainly do that. But this is how I like to do it. And then what I like to do is I usually do like to start with 800 just to see where this lines up. I don't know how well. I'll try to zoom in a little bit here if I can and just see. We'll see where this lines up. Oh, and I should mention something. This has a holder. So let me try to zoom out a second. I want to show you this if I can. My camera won't really zoom out, so I'll show you. The jig thing can set just like that, so you no longer have to set it down. It just sets right in the unit. And then this is your angle thing. You can change it here. You see how there's different angles here? So I'm kind of doing this real time, so you got to kind of bear with me here, guys, but I've used this for about 2 weeks and I really like how this works. that's how you flip it, by pressing this red button here. And then I should also mention on the back side, this piece lifts up and allows the whole unit to tilt. So if you have a big knife, that allows you to flip the knife without hitting the ground, you see. So that's a really nice feature right here, being able to pull up on the unit. And the other thing too, this is weighted. It's got a weighted base, so this is really secure. But I wanted to show you the cool thing I like. So if we tilt that up, again, one of the little pieces in the box was this little piece. This is actually built in. You just slide that there, and now the knife is totally secure. Like you're gonna get, you know, it can't go down, right? So it's really secure right there. That's one feature I really like, so you maintain a consistent angle all the time. The only thing is, you know, sometimes you gotta lift it up now to go do that. But let's just see where we're at with this angle. I'm gonna zoom in a little more and just see where we're at. So like in this case, it's a little bit shallow. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's a little bit shallow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it down a hair, and I'm just twisting that dial. I'll show you. I'm just twisting this dial like that, just to go down a hair. And so now it's at about 18, 19. And I'm just gonna go down a little bit more and just see where that lines up. Yeah, that's a little better. Trying to see if that's what I want. I think that's gonna do it. I think that is gonna do it. Just a second, let me try to adjust this camera a little bit. Hang on one second. All right, now what I am gonna do is I'm gonna take this off of there. Oh, I'll show you one other cool thing, how the angle gauge works. So I like to do it that way, the way I just told you, but they include this really cool piece. And so you have to set this on a level surface, like down here, turn it on, and zero it out. And now set it right on this thing, right on your edge. And that says 14 degrees. I don't know if that's exactly right. They say it's within 1 degree. That seems a little bit steep. Let me recalibrate it. Let me just double check the calibration here. I recalibrated it. Now it's at 16. So I think it wasn't on a flat surface before. I think that's actually right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this stone. We were at 800. That was just to do the initial testing. And now we're going to go down to 320. This is actually 320. So just like that, you can flip and take stones off. And now I just want to go like this until I get a burr. And what I find is this is a lot faster than the old system because it's a lot bigger stones. So it goes much, much faster. You can see just like that, we already have a lot of this side already done. Just like that, a lot of material came off. I'm gonna get a cloth. Hang on one second. We'll do a little more. And it's a nice clean edge. It's a lot cleaner than the old one. You can either put this to the side and just flip this, lift it up a little bit, take that out, flip it, and then put that thing back on. And now I'll do the other side. This side we got to take more material off. I can just tell. But really easy to do. And this is hard. This is a pretty hard knife. And I do like to wipe these too a little bit. I picked a pretty hard steel because I wanted to show you guys these diamonds cut really good. I might have went a hair steep at 16.5. This will get a little bit bigger edge, but that's okay. It just takes a little longer. I'm gonna set this in the holder, lift it up, and I'm just gonna do that a couple times on each side, just so you can see kind of how it should go. Yeah, that's really good. I do like to, you don't even have to put that thing in, but I do like it there just because this can't go down at all. It's like really secure when you do that. We're getting closer. It's not quite where I want it, but we are getting closer. Let's do the other side. And if it's not going quite fast enough, I'll drop it down to 220. Normally don't have to do that, but in this case, since we gotta take more material off, I'm gonna go down to 220. I could have just done an easy, yeah, already now I got a burr, I can feel it. I could have just done an easy knife and, but this is real life stuff. This is going to be exactly how you guys are going to use this, and you're going to use it on your good knives, and you're going to have to grind. Sometimes if you want this wider bevel like that and you want to get a nice edge on it, you're going to have to do that. And just like that, we got the burr on each side. So now we'll continue to progress up to we'll just keep going now all the way. This is 320. Now I'm going to move to 400, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. You just take that off, grab the 400, and it just sticks right to that magnet, just like that. Super easy to switch and change. I like that. I like that a lot. And these diamonds are good. I mean, they really take that material off. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see how big that bevel is. I actually went a little bit steeper than I wanted, but it's gonna be really nice. So you just keep doing this on each set, just like the old one. This would have taken a lot longer had I used the old one. Could have done it, but it would have just taken longer. We'll do one more on this side. I'll do one more here. Okay, that's done with 400. Let's move to 600. Here we go. You can almost see how it gets a little bit more of a sheen on that. And this is where you do want to, you see how the stone is taking stuff off? You want to get a cleaner rag, kind of wipe that residue, and then take a different part of the rag and clean the edge as well. And then I'll just twist this, and we'll keep going. This one took a little bit longer because of the grind. We went a little bit steeper, but that's all right. A lot of them don't take that long. Man, that does look nice, that edge. And it is actually quick once you get the initial angle. I like the bigger stones. Okay, and just like that, we're done with 600. Now we'll move to 800, our initial one that we were using to test. Nice thing about this system, it keeps that consistent angle every time you move up the grits. This just keeps refining it. Do a couple more. This is all real time. I haven't stopped it. I haven't done anything, so you're kind of getting, you know, there's no edits here. You get to see how someone would really deal with this and all the different things that come up real time with a fairly difficult knife. It's not difficult, but just this is not cheap steel. M4. It's one of the hardest steels that there is. And so now we're going to move on to the last two. And I'll show you what they are. They are ceramic. We're going to do ceramic. Oops, sorry about that. There's ceramic. I'm going to keep going. And now we're going to do the other side. Do that one more time on each side. Wipe it. Man, it's smooth. I can just tell it's really smooth. And now we're heading to the last step with the base unit, and I'll show you that. That's this leather. And so now what you want to do is you do want to wipe the blade, and now we're not going to go up and down. We're only going to go away like this. Just like that. And then put that in there. We'll do the other side. And guys, what I can tell you after doing just this fairly quickly, this knife is super, super sharp. So that's all I'm going to be doing. In a future video, I am going to show you some of the things I've been working on my own, and some of the things that are coming out. And this is one of the things that's going to be in a new video. These are for the lapping films. I will have another video on that, but essentially these are all the different plates for the lapping films. So you will be able to buy that from me. Worksharp doesn't have that. So, you know, they just don't have that. So this is what you get out of the base unit. And what I can tell you is this is very sharp without using the lapping films. So the question is, do you need the lapping films? And the answer is no, you don't need them. But if you want to take it to even further, you certainly can. I don't have a lot of hair. I mean, it just cuts those like butter. This is a very sharp knife, and I went really pretty wide angle on that. This was a used knife, but so overall, what are my thoughts on this unit? Guys, I can tell you that this is worth the upgrade. If you're thinking about buying this system, it's 100% worth the upgrade because it's more durable. It can do stuff quicker. We just did a very difficult knife made out of M4, and it was able to do that fairly easily. I went a little bit steeper than what I wanted. I mean, that's a really steep angle there. And it was able to handle it really easily. A couple other thoughts I want to tell you about. They designed this rod and this system to actually work so you could use other stones. So if you have other stones, all you got to do is undo this screw right here. Take off this washer. Take this piece off. And you can easily use other stones on here. The advantage to using the Worksharp ones is they're all the same thickness, and so your angles match up all the time. They just stick onto that. They just stick onto that magnet, and I really like that a lot. So I I have a wicked edge, and the wicked edge ones will fit on here, but then my angles are all off. So the truth is, I like this one. And if I had to buy a system, which one would I buy? I would 100% buy this one because it's a lot cheaper than a wicked edge. I think this is going to be, I want to say, I don't know the exact price, but from what I've heard, this is going to be about 3 times less than a wicked edge. And just from my testing in 2 weeks, I can tell that this one is going to outdo. Like, I've had the chance. I could have sharpened this knife on any system, and I wanted to do it on this one because it's just so much easier. You saw how I flipped that. I mean, it's so easy to flip that, and you get a secure angle. And I just like the way this worked right now better. It's easier. This is portable, but still heavy enough and secure. Just generally, I like the way this one works. So if I were to buy a new system, I would buy this one over a wicked edge. Oh, and I didn't even get to this. Let me show you this. So they got this little small knife jig. So essentially, you're probably wondering, well, what is that thing? So if you take this out and you put this in like this, just like that, now all you got to do, if you have a little knife, like say you have a little Swiss Army knife, I'll show you how this works. I actually got a little Swiss Army knife right here. So you take your knife like this. You know, this would be hard to sharpen on any system, but you see how it's got a magnet right there? Oops, sorry about that. So this allows you to easily do, you got to kind of hold it, you know, right there, and you can adjust this however, you know, whatever, you know, however big it is, but it allows you to do, you know, a little knife just like that. And so that's one of the advantages of this system. You can easily do little tiny knives like that. So just another reason why you should go with the WorkSharp out of the box. It's a lot cheaper, it's more versatile, and it also has a 3-year warranty. These guys are, you know, they stand behind their products. And honestly, guys, I have been making videos on this WorkSharp for several years, and you know, I truly believe in this system. And if you know, you can check out some of those other videos right here if you made it this far. There's a lot of good stuff that I've already done on the previous WorkSharp. This one takes it to the next level with these bigger things. I mean, look at the difference. That's the old one right there. This is the new one. With the new one, you get so much more surface area. It's hands down a lot better. So if you're interested in this, check out the links in the description, in the comments. You know, click on them, and if you buy, I get a tiny little bit. It doesn't cost you more, but it'll help me, helps the channel. So highly recommend, just click the link, and if you're thinking about buying, you'll get the best price, and you'll actually be helping the channel here. So thanks a lot, guys. That's all I got to say. Have a really great day, and keep a lookout for upcoming videos. I'm going to be sharpening tons and tons and tons of knives on this system. So a lot of cool stuff to come. Have a great day.